inevitable.
Blind faith, I see the game in braille. Hell's Kitchen got the devil in the details. Red suit, but my sins stay pale. Shadow boxing with my past, never ring that bell. Echoes of crime and the echoes of footsteps. Preaching the streets while I'm dodging the death threats. Halo got horns when the system neglects. Law in my veins, but the pain my pretext. Flip like a coin, heads turn when I'm flipping them. Dancing on the edge, got the reaper in my peripheral. Gospel of the fists, every hit like a parable. Scripture in my scars, every cut unforgettable. Walk with the Lord, but I talk with the sinners. Breaking my bread with the wolves and the winners. Blind to the fear, but I see through pretenders. Dare with the devil, I dine with Avengers. I've been ready to feast, Hell's Kitchen set the table. Fork in the road, but I'm steady staying faithful. Sins on my plate, but the chef keep it tasteful. Born again, but the city stay fatal.
My bad, guys, kind of messed that one up. What is going on? Welcome, welcome. We are here to talk about Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Chris will not be able to join us. Brian's on his way, and I'm still have no idea where Elihu is, but I'm pretty sure Elihu will come in as soon as he sees that we started it. But you know, you tell people 8 o'clock, they say yes. And then when 8 o'clock comes, ain't nobody there. What up, G Major? What's going on, brother? Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Warren, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great, great, great. It's been a minute since you been on stream. What you been up to?
I just been working out a lot and doing a lot of work for Mickey, so my time has been busy.
I got you. G Major said, damn it. Yeah, G Major, I can't stream on my channel for about a week, I guess, because I got a copyright. So I'm over here on Chaos Central, but I will be uploading the stream to my channel because I can actually add videos, so I can do that. So once the stream is over, you can catch the replay over on my channel. But right now, I got to use Chaos Central. It is what it is. But we are here to talk about Daredevil Born Again Season 2. And as soon as these guys come in, we can get it started. But I just want to, I'll ask Warren real quick. Overall thoughts on Season 2.
Well, it's episode 1. Let me preface that for everyone and Enzo, because people forget that episode 1 can either be horrible, half decent, or amazing. So I thought it was okay. I thought it was a good start, decent action, decent little setup of characters. I thought it was okay. A solid 6.5 to a high 7. I can't go any higher than that overall.
I should have graded to grade until after the show so that you could put your grade in, but it's okay. I got it. Maybe it'll change at the end after we talk about the show. I'm going to say this personally, though. Well, okay. So I got struck by Doom Versus on Thursday, and it really pissed me off because I was the only one that got struck and a lot of other people were doing it. And I said there was going to be something that I am going to stream that is going to feel my wrath. And it's going to be this show. Daredevil Season 2, Episode 1 was caca. Absolute garbage. Yeah, I said it. That's right. All right. Now, whether you guys want to agree with me or not, it's okay. You know Big Ford does it already. I got to keep it real because the people on my panel do not keep it real. Right? We all know that this show was trash. Season 1 was garbage, and Season 2 is just as garbage. Episode 1, I am not feeling it whatsoever. And, man, sometimes I'm like, am I really getting superhero fatigue? Because I'm not really excited for Doomsday. I'm not really excited for No Way Home. What up, Tony? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. So I don't like to use Dandelion's here. Oh, what's up, Dandelion? How you doing? Dandelion said she hasn't watched it yet. Oh, well, when you do, tell us what you think. Um, haven't finished the episode. Yeah, why haven't you finished the episode? Because it's garbage. That's why. That's why you guys haven't finished the episode, because it is garbage. Plain and simple. But we're gonna have people on the panel. They're gonna come in, and all of them are gonna be on this rah rah. Oh, it's so good, and blah 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 blah, and all kinds of crap. And
Miles, cut the nonsense. You just don't like Daredevil as a character.
not necessarily true. Not
Stop
necessarily
it.
true. Not necessarily true. I thought the first season, but not the Marvel stuff. The first season of Daredevil was pretty damn good. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the first season. Second season too was pretty good too. But I was watching this show, right? And I guess someone, and I won't say no names right now because they ain't here, but someone messaged me and was like, oh, that ending was fire. So I was like, okay, I'm watching it now. So I'm watching it, and I get to the ending, and I was like, what was so fire about it? Nothing special. Absolutely nothing special. You know? So Tony said, to be honest, Anzo, the first season on Netflix took him a minute to get through because the first few episodes were boring. Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think there's been too much superhero stuff. Netflix did a good job with Daredevil. Yeah, the Netflix. When the Marvel took it over, I wasn't so sure about that. I heard wait until episode 3. Okay, so here's the thing, G Major. You may be right. You maybe have to wait till episode 3, right? But after that crappy ass season 1, you got to go through 2 damn episodes before we get to some good stuff. And then next week, we're seeing 2 episodes, right? They're playing 2 episodes at a time. So you're going to have to go through the boring ass second episode to get to the third episode that's supposed to be absolutely amazing. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. This show will impress me if I get to a point where I'm like, oh, this shit was amazing. If not,
It's totally. But okay. Not to spoil anything, but think about some of your things got answered within the first episode, and we'll go into more details. But because every time it's like, oh, we didn't see it till episode 4. And it's like, okay, they have to
okay,
build it up
so
though.
you're obviously talking about the new suit, right? Big deal. We got the reveal of the new suit right away. What? So what? I'm supposed to be excited because we got the new fucking suit?
That's not what I'm. That's not what I said, because before it's like, oh, all we're getting is lawyer Matt Murdock. We're
That's
getting
very true.
we get lawyer Matt Murdock because he's trying to change differently and he's not doing this, and I want to see him in the suit, and it's always uh Disney always wait till like episode 6 7 before he puts on the suit. No, no, we got it in the first few so can't please you, it seems.
I no, I will give you that. I will give you that, okay? I will give you that. We didn't get no boring ass like dialogue crap like he said here. Tony said, I like dialogue scenes, but it's too much talking. Yeah, same here, 100%. I agree with you. I've been doing a rewatch of Smallville mostly because Lex Luthor was an interesting character and because it was filmed a few blocks from where I live. Nice. Alonzo, did you feel that it was a bit slow pacing being a factor? Yeah, 100% G Major. Right? You get you get some good stuff at the beginning, right? You get some good stuff at the beginning. You get the stuff at the end, a little bit of action, and then there's just a minute like, all right, we're gonna get into it, right? When everybody fucking decides to show up, I don't understand why people beg me to do this damn stream, and then I set the day and ain't nobody here now. Hopefully Eli's okay, because he's usually the first one in the background there waiting. So, but yeah, what was I saying? Bit slow pacing. Yeah, 100%, 100%. The action is good, but it's not enough for now, right? We'll see what happens when we get to episodes 3, which is supposed to be the one that's supposed to kick it all off and everything. If it's 8 episodes for this season, I think yeah, once it starts to kick off, it has to go full circle, right? If you want to make up for season one, it has to go straight
Well,
into. Yes, go ahead.
oh no, I'm sorry, I finished. I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
no, 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 no. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I just said it like that because I know you can talk some bullshit. But go ahead.
That's not what I was gonna do. I was gonna say you have to remember that this movie is important because I mean, we just saw the hand in the Spider-Man trailer, right? So clearly there has to be a connection. And remember that this series comes right after Thunderbolts, by the way. Oh, you didn't know that. Oh, you didn't know the
No,
series comes right
no,
after.
I knew that. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck your point is. Like, who cares? It
My
comes out of
point
Thunderbolts. Okay,
my my point
it's
is
connected.
we're first of all in the because we're not we can kind of talk about the last season. The last season, Daredevil Matt Murdock says, "Hey, I'm gonna need people, right?" And we saw
Hmm.
from the season teaser trailer for Daredevil that Jessica Jones is gonna show up. So first of all, we're getting Jessica Jones, right? Okay.
And we're
Um,
getting that trash ass Mike Coulter too. That is something I am definitely not looking forward to see. Oh my god.
okay. All right. So we getting Jessica Jones. We're getting Mike Coulter, Luke Cage. Okay. We're getting the Defenders back, right? All right. This is definitely building up to Brand New Day. So this show is gonna be very important. That's all I was gonna say. That's it.
So it may be building up to a certain degree to Brand New Day, but if you don't watch Daredevil, you're not gonna not like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what's going on in Brand New Day, right? I think the only real connection that we're gonna understand is that one, okay, Spider-Man is gonna be fighting street level villains, kind of, sort of. So I get that 100%, and you can see in the trailer that he's getting the key from someone else, which means that Fist is not gonna be the mayor after Daredevil. So right then again, we already know how Daredevil is gonna end.
Well, yeah, he gets the key from Sheila.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Sheila
which
becomes the mayor.
yes. So now we know that in this season, Fist is not going to be the mayor at the end of the season. Okay,
But
good.
he's
Thanks
not.
for spoiling
But
that for us.
no, but he's not. But there's 3 seasons of Daredevil. He's not dead though. So
Yeah, and we know that in the third season, he's not going to be the mayor. So it's okay. I'm good. Where the clowns never can get it. Yeah, trust me. Trust me, Major. Can we get Thick Misty back? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Tony. If you want to keep me invested in this show, give us back some Misty, 100%.
you
You know
mean
what I
one arm
mean?
Misty? You mean one arm
I
Misty?
big booty, one arm Misty. That's good for me. Shows have to be compelling if they are supposed to build interest for another project. Yes, you are correct, Dandelion. And I don't think season one was as compelling as a lot of people think it is. A lot of people like, oh my god, season one was so good, and I'm like, no, it really wasn't. And you know, we know why. It was kind of a mashup of season. It was kind of a mashup of season one because it was two different writers, right? So it was kind of cut up and changed around and all kinds of stuff. So I get that with season one. Hopefully, season two is more coherent, and we get a long, drawn out show or a long, drawn out season, which you know, it's not as boring as this first season. That's all I'm saying. The
Well,
first season was.
the first
Mm-hmm.
season was a hodgepodge. Remember, because Kevin Feige wanted to Disneyfy it up a little bit, and then we saw what happened, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
Netflix people, the Netflix. First of all, this episode was way more violent, right? We got
Mm-hmm.
more violence and stuff. This first season was so terrible, felt so disjointed. Okay, so it's already looking more, at least on a at least it's not PG-13.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. At least one thing I think Marvel is doing is they're embracing the R-rated stuff, which is really good because not everything needs to be PG-13. So I'll give you that 100%. We see Daredevil breaking arms and all kinds of stuff, and I was like, okay, they ain't holding back, so that's good. But do I really care though? Colleen too, she knows how to swing an axe, a sword. Yeah, 100%. I'm not exactly
Calling Wing.
sure. Colleen.
Yeah, calling
Colleen.
Wing. She's annoying.
Well, I mean, I guess she looks good enough for Tony to be on the show, so I got no issues with that. Tony usually has good taste, so I'm a side with Tony on this one, 100%. But so I just feel like, yeah, I think I'm getting superhero fatigue. I really am. I
I
think I
don't think
need.
you are though.
Oh, so you're gonna tell me what I think now, or how I feel?
Here, I don't think it's superhero fatigue, right? Because
What is it then?
what was the last good movie you saw or series?
Superhero wise,
Yes,
No Way Home.
that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah. What else was good after that? You said
Uh,
Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was trash.
oh
Um.
my god, Did
Yeah,
Deadpool and
Thunderbolts was
Wolverine
trash.
was trash?
Okay, Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay, so Deadpool and Wolverine. There you go. Because
Okay,
anything
so
else after that was trash.
that was 2024. So that was almost a year and a half ago now because it came out middle of the
Fantastic
year.
Four was trash.
No, it wasn't. You just didn't know the concept of the movie, but okay, it's
No,
fine.
Fantastic Four was trash.
No, it was not.
What? Okay, how are you gonna tell me that Fantastic Four? You see, now we get into a whole other level, and I think we can discuss this because ain't nobody else here yet, and if they don't come in, we're just gonna continue on with the show. But okay, so you have Galactus, who was a cosmic threat, and he was being held back by one Sue Storm. That there alone destroyed that movie.
But she died.
And
What?
she
Okay,
came
let me
back.
ask you. Wait. Okay, you're a parent, right?
Yes.
Okay. In that moment, you will do anything and everything to
Mm-hmm.
save your family,
Mm-hmm.
your daughter, your son if you have one,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you will use all the energy ounce. And remember, Sue is Omega level. Let's not forget that she is Omega
There's
level.
limitations to her power that should not be able to stop Galactus alone.
She
And
died
she did that.
though.
So what? She came back.
Oh,
It was a
yeah.
fake out death.
If it wasn't for
Eh,
her son,
Yeah, a baby.
well, we all know Franklin is powerful. Let's stop that.
100%. But he's still a baby. He was smart enough to know that he could bring his mom back to life as a newborn baby. What?
He was crying.
And he's a newborn baby.
Okay, I don't know what were you expecting? Some intergalactic like in the space
So
battle with
the fight with Galactus, right? It would have made more sense to me if all four of them were doing what they could to hold back Galactus, right? If like she was using her powers, Thing was holding him or pushing him or whatever, Johnny Storm was burning him or doing something, and Mr. Fantastic was stretching out, pulling his arms, and they're all trying to push him in there together, right? Something like that, I could 100% get around that. But I'm not getting around the fact that it was just one person who was holding this cosmic level being at bay, or trying to push him into the portal. I'm not gonna accept that. I'm not
Wait
gonna
a minute.
accept that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, let me get this straight now. We're okay with Thanos punching Captain America in Infinity War and holding that gauntlet, but we're not okay
So
with
hold
Sue
on.
Storm. Wait,
Hold
wait,
on, hold
wait,
on.
wait.
So hold
I
on,
had to
hold
give
on,
you.
hold on. First off, it was in slow motion, so he held the gauntlet, but he really didn't hold it because he couldn't do nothing, right? He was like putting all his strength onto it. And you can see Thanos was just like, yeah, whatever, right? So that's totally different. You have a at least a 5 minute scene where Sue Storm is using her power to push Galactus by herself, and he's like, it should have been like, so in the comics, right, when Hulk gets shot by bullets, they just bounce off of him like what they do with Superman. But in the movies, whenever he gets shot by bullets, he's covering up and doing all kinds of stuff like that. I don't like that. And it's the same thing with Fantastic Four. I don't like that. I don't like
But
it. I don't
what?
like it.
Well, let's. The Fantastic Four. They've never really beaten Galactus. They've always had to use like some device, some
Yes.
one of the heralds to help them. Remember, this is a different reality Galactus. Remember that. Unless he knows how to go throughout Eastern, because this is not the last we're gonna see of Galactus. You know that, right? We can agree that this is not the last of Galactus, right?
I swear, this guy is just on here making goddamn excuses for whatever he can to convince me that this movie is supposed to be good.
Second of all,
Okay.
okay, so we know that Galactus needs the first time he got beaten was a gun that they find in his ship. It's called the Ultimate Nullifier. Because I'm a Fantastic Four fan. I like the Fantastic Four. They're actually a good team, contrary to what people think. Okay, so they don't
They're
have that.
trash.
The Silver Surfer, she wasn't as bad as people think because again, this is a
No,
different
Silver Surfer was fine.
yeah, so I don't know why people didn't understand that this is a different reality. This isn't Norrin Rad. This is Shah LaBall, but whatever. So and the Silver Surfer did her thing. She stopped them from getting to the portal, right? Okay.
And let me
So it's
ask you a
always
question. Let me ask you a question. How long did it take before we got to see Silver Surfer in the movie? How long did it even take before we got to see Galactus?
we saw it probably like 20, like maybe 30 minutes,
More like an hour?
more like 35 minutes because they
About
showed
an
him when he was
hour to 45 minutes into the movie? When they
no,
actually go to Galactus, that's like an hour into the movie.
no, because they showed his ship. The ship, remember
I
his
don't
ship was
care
like
about his ship. I want to
oh
see
my
Galactus. And the minute they go to the planet, it took about an hour, 45 to an hour to get to that planet. Brian is here.
okay,
What's
what
up, Brian?
okay, but
Hey, Warren's in the building. Oh my God! Oh no!
I know,
okay.
right?
Hey, what's up, Brian? Good to see you. First of
What's
all,
up, man?
it wasn't even. You see, you're one of those people that nothing is good for you. If
Brian,
we got the
Brian,
fan.
how
Wait,
long?
let me
Brian,
finish.
hold
Let
on,
me
hold
finish
on.
my
Yeah, yeah,
thought.
no, no, just let me ask Brian a question. You keep that thought. How long did it take us to see Galactus in freaking Fantastic Four?
Um, Too long, probably. That's what I was probably saying.
About an
The answer.
hour into the movie,
About, I
right?
was saying about 50 minutes into the movie, probably.
Yes,
That's
exactly. This guy's telling me 20 minutes.
no, it
I
was about
said
50.
half
Yeah.
an hour. It was about half an hour, but okay. All I'm gonna say is, first off, you're one of those people we can't please. We got Galactus in that crappy Fantastic Four movie as a cloud. We actually get him walking,
No, no,
showing,
no, no.
sitting on his thing. Okay, you don't. The whole purpose of the movie was family being together, working as a team. This wasn't like your typical, like I don't know, Avengers movie where it's like, "Hi, we're fighting all this army." No, that's not what this was. This was more like believing in the power of friendship and family.
Power friendship.
You hear this guy? You hear this guy, bro?
I
Hell,
want to
Juma.
be, I want to be on your side so bad, but that was not.
You want to
That movie
cap for this
should
movie.
have been good. The movie should have been great, and it was just okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just okay.
Hmm.
But
And
what did you expect? That's what I'm trying to figure out from the both of y'all. What did you
no,
expect
honestly,
from a
I didn't expect much out of it because I was like, man, I didn't like Pedro Pascal being cast. I thought that was a stupid casting myself. So from the beginning, I was kind of like, ugh. Pedro definitely he grew on me, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it was great. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Facts. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. Brian is here, still waiting for Eli. I don't know where he is, but I hope he's
This
okay.
is perfect timing. So I got a little time then to show
Yes.
you something.
Oh yeah.
Orange, I want you to check this out.
E2.
I went to
Okay.
C2E2. I got all type of stuff, but I got a couple things for my man Nzo over there,
Ooh.
specifically for him.
Hold on. I'm going to get rid of this for a second, and I'm going to full screen. You do what you gotta do, brother.
All right. We all know about Nzo, his hate for Mike Coulter. So
I just said
I
that
went to
today.
I'm sitting there talking to Mike Coulter today and having a conversation. And he is definitely in negotiation for the Luke Cage right now. He has
Boo.
not filmed anything. He has
Thank
not
God.
filmed anything. And I told him, my boy Nzo, he says, Power Man, but you really not Power Man, man. You don't really look like the old school Power Man. And he was like, I feel you. I did do a screen test. I got a couple things I wanted to show you. So for Nzo, I got Mike Coulter to sign something and send this just for you. This is Mike Coulter as Power Man with hair and the actual shirt, got the things on his wrist, all of it going to Nzo from Mike Coulter, a.k.a. Luke Cage, a.k.a. Power Man, just for you.
Oh my God.
And
Only
it's
because
certified. And the signature is certified. This is real. This is 100%.
I believe you.
100%. He said, he was like, oh yeah, no, we talked about Nzo. And Tank saw it too. He was right there in front of me. We talked about you specifically. So yeah, he was like, hey. He said, sound like he hating on me a little bit, bro. That's what he said.
You should have told him to watch the channel because right now, yes, I am hating on you. You're trash as Iron Man, all right? Now, I'm not gonna say you're not a good person, but as Power Man, yeah, you are 100% trash,
Bro.
and I do not want to see you in that role anymore. Sorry,
First of all,
brother.
he's not trash, but the fact that the man did it, and then, dude, we had this lady behind us who touched him and passed out. I can't make this shit up, guys. Touched him and passed out. The dude is a legit 6'3", a legit 250, like
Oh.
real.
So she passed out because she touched a B-list, maybe a C-list actor. Okay,
I'm not gonna argue with that.
figure.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
Go
That could
figure.
be whatever list he is, but the fact you own a list, and he did a pretty good job. Luke Cage, Luke Cage. I would say, I will agree that the villains were probably were bigger. She was Hispanic.
Oh,
She was
she's
Hispanic.
Hispanic?
And she touched. She was like, and she was with her husband who was Indian behind her, right? And she was like, saying, "Baby, I love you, but look, if he said let's go home, I'm bouncing." I was like, "Man, how long you been married?" She's like, 30 years. I was like, "Damn."
I've been like, yeah, well, there is not going to be a 31. I want a divorce. You know, leave for me for this guy?
Dude,
This guy?
dude. That dude. Honestly, I give him his credit, man. That dude's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a good person. He said, Fantastic Four lost me at Mystical Baby. I hate mystical pregnancy baby tropes and super pet tropes. So lame. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
That's funny.
Stop
You said there is, what's his name? Tyler Hoechlin.
Uh-huh.
Got him from Superman. Got that signature right here for him. Yeah.
Nice.
That's disrespectful. Exactly is.
Mm-hmm.
Got him to do his
Fire.
Luke Cage, So, and then we got hella comic book signed. So what I'm going to do is I have some stuff that I want specifically just for Spoiler Kings, and I got some stuff that's going to be specifically for the Rewind. We're going to do all type of stuff. Some type of giveaway or something like that. I want to talk to Nzo about it. I actually got some interviews from some black creators, people that are out there in the streets. I got to put it together, but I got some real good information. Got this one brother who actually drew his own comic book.
That's fire. Nice.
Yeah, did his own thing. He said no one wanted to do anything for him, so he did his own thing. Have a whole interview with him. He drew it, he sketched it, and he sold now I think it's altogether, it's 200,000 copies they sold. But he has like multiple volumes that he's done. He's been like literally, it looks like penciled in, and he went to it and printed it out himself, and made it himself.
That's good, man. Like to see brothers like that doing their own thing, right? There's one particular brother doing his own thing that I ain't really fond of doing what they doing, but you know what I mean? But other brothers, you know what I mean? The ones that ain't on here trashing their own people, those are the ones I'll support. But if you, brother, and you create something, you trashing your own people, you will never see a cent of my money. And that was what he did. So, yeah, I wasn't even paying for that crap.
Man. As much as I want to argue, now I can't argue any about that because that's. And then I'm sitting there in line and we're talking about Tiger Woods. I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, really, man? You still out there doing these things? You not over this stuff yet, man? No.
Facts. 100%. 100%. But guys, we are here. We can continue on because I know Brian didn't hear me at the beginning, but I went off. I said this episode.
Oh, I don't know.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, Brian, his nonsense. He rode the slopes tonight. That's for sure.
I told you guys. I told Brian last night. I said, "Yo, when we get on that, I'm gonna get all of my frustrations for this strike because I can't even stream on the channel right now, and I'm gonna use it on Daredevil. This is the one show that I think deserve for me to trash, and that is exactly what I plan to do today. So let's
I don't know. I can't wait to talk about this because I don't know if it was terrible at all. But we could argue that it could have been better. We can have that argument and be real.
It's episode 1.
But it didn't. Let's just get into the thing, and then I'll explain myself why I say that.
No, explain yourself right there because we've been talking about it anyways. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. When you have a new season, it should feel like a new season. What this felt like was the episode 10 of season 1. That's what it did not have anything to distinguish itself as a new season. You could continue a story by still doing that distinction. We've done it we did it in Paradise, we did it in Cross, we did it in a lot of different series. Even what we're doing in Invincible didn't feel like episode 10 of the next of the same season. This felt like 100% like the same season. So they didn't distinguish itself to the point that they only released one, right? To kind of continuity. Then the next one they're going to do, episode 2, is going to be a lore dump. It's going to be all the information to set up season 2, and then I think episode 3 is going to be fire. From what I'm hearing, that it's going to be amazing. But that should be episode 1. It should be changing.
No.
If you're going to do a lore dump, you do a lore dump on episode 1.
No.
Episode 1 should not feel like episode 10. So then why did I have a terrible ass a finale then? Give me
This is why I'm here.
Okay. Well, we're here then.
Your savior. You've been missing your savior for so long that you haven't heard the wisdom. Okay. So first off, we have to remember, if we all let's go back in our thinking caps and back in time, like TVA style. This was supposed to come out in 16 episodes, and then they decided to cut it into 2 seasons. That is why this feels like a follow-up episode instead of a season 2. To your point, but that's what they did. That's not like.
It's the show's problem. They made the decision, not me. So when I talk about it, I could say you didn't do a good job of making this a good season opener. And because you made the decision, and they talked about that in their little after the show thing. So yeah, it was real difficult for us trying to figure out how we're going to make these things kind of mesh, and they didn't. So their choice was just to not do it and to not let it mesh, just to make it feel like season 1 again still. But they're going. Then they make a decision, and that's why they're releasing 2 of them together, 2 and 3 together, because they know season 2 is going to be really an opening of season 2. So that's what the whole point of it is going to be. So if you're going to do that, then you should have gave us 10 episodes last season, and then gave us the opening season, episode 2, for the opening episode of this season.
So technically, see episode 3 is going to be the opening for season 2, right? That's where the chip pops off and everything. So basically what you're saying is, and I agree with you 100%, that was a huge mistake, right? Taking the 19 episode series and cutting it down to 8 and then doing the 8 now. Like that was a
Well,
mistake to me.
well, you mean cutting down to 9? Well, you got to remember they
Yeah.
have to people retaining subs, right? They are a business. Not saying
Hmm.
it's right. I work for them, but why? But whatever. But in any case, the first episode to me gave you everything you wanted that we complained about in the last season.
Listen, I don't argue with you on that one. I don't argue because we got to see the
I can
Daredevil
argue with
suit right away, right? We got to see the
him.
Daredevil suit right away. We didn't have to wait for the new suit or anything like that. He was already wearing it as soon as
We
I
got
get you that.
action. We
Started
The
off
got
with
action at the
action.
action.
beginning.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
We
And
got
then
action towards the end. We got dialogue and storytelling with towards them. We got literally every complaint that was thrown at last season in this first episode. Yet all I
Hmm.
hear is, you know what? It was all right, man. It was okay.
yeah. And you know what's funny too? Because and I said this earlier, but Brian wasn't here when I said it, right? I got a message saying, "Oh, the ending of this episode was fire." So I was like, "Okay, well, I'm watching it now." And then I got to the ending, and I was like, "What was so fire about it?" I'm sorry, there was like I was expecting something, and I just okay. So Bullseye killed a couple cops, shot a knife, and said, "Thank you." Okay, ooh,
It's the
But
idea. No, 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 no. Now I do understand why that's
go ahead,
that's
Brian.
awesome. But took to. I think that was the first time things changed. Everything else in this episode, I will say, was once again a continuation of what we did from season one. But
mm-hmm,
things changed because by the end of season one, it took 7 episodes to get to Daredevil in the suit, right?
yeah,
So this one is a continuation of we got Daredevil in the suit. So that doesn't
mm-hmm.
change my whole thought that this is just a continuation of
Agreed.
season one. But when Bullseye did what he did, saving Daredevil, Murdoch, saving him, and then that thank you, that was different. That changed something. That was the first thing I saw that really changed something in the season. And then, with that being said, I like that, but it was at the end. So can I say now this is great because of anything A, B, and C? No, not really, because it's still at the end.
Exactly.
I didn't say it was great. I'm just saying it's not as okay. First off, they, let me make sure I preface this. We first of all we get Matt. We get at least we're starting to see that he's not afraid of Fist during the nighttime because remember he needed Punisher to at least do what he did in the last episode because they had more weapons than him. So I'm assuming that his suit got upgraded a little bit by that guy too. We don't even know that, right? So for him to get the info and start like making sort of, you know, little nudges towards Fisk where it gets his attention because Fisk was looking a little bit upset. I think it's already a sign that this is going to be a much better season to begin with.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and okay, let's not also forget that Punisher. We don't know where Punisher is right now. We're supposed to probably see him. No, no, I don't think he's in this. Actually, I'm not
No,
sure.
he's not. He's
Because he
not
has
in
his
it.
own series thing that's going to be coming out with May
Right.
6th or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Right after this ends, I think it was May
One,
12th.
12th, yeah.
one,
Yeah,
one last kill. I think it's called.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the special. It's a 2-hour movie or whatever. So we're gonna get that. Okay.
To lead into a brand new day.
Well, new day. Yes. So again, this is all leading to brand new day. They're doing that thing, and also we see all the moving parts within the episode from Karen to
Hmm.
the reveal later on, which I guess we'll talk about the weapons and all that stuff. So there's more at play here than what we see. So that's what I'm saying that like How can we? If you really dissect this episode, we got a lot in this episode. Ugh.
Yeah, but nothing felt like season 2. Like, so that's going to be going forward. That's just going to be where I'm at. It didn't feel like as an episode itself, and I don't actually think that it was a terrible episode. That's not what I'm telling you.
No, no, I
I'm
know that.
not me.
I agree with you there.
That's
I
that
know what
me.
you're saying.
That's me. I'm
He's
saying
saying
it's terrible.
that,
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
I get what you're saying, Brian.
Yeah,
So I
it just
align with
didn't
you.
feel like a season, 2. Like it just like I wanted to be. So once again, I mean, me and Charlie Cox today, whatever, talking about it, and we're going to be on a ride from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be full go. But the idea that you needed 2 episodes to set up the season when you only have 8 episodes seems a little problematic to me, especially because, as I said, one didn't feel like the first one didn't feel like a new season. So
Okay,
if you're going to give me 10 episodes, I'll just shut the hell up and just say whatever. But when you only give me 8, I think it's fair for me to at least criticize what I'm seeing. That's
can
all.
I ask you?
God,
Can I ask you a
I would
question?
not want to do 10 episodes of this garbage.
Can I ask
It's
you a
gonna be
question,
real
Brian?
good.
Did you watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Yes,
Oh my
100%.
God, yes, gonna say
No, no, no.
Was
And this is a very good point because I know exactly where you're going.
was it not slow?
Oh, episode 1. I finished episode 1 and I said, "Why do I need to watch this? I can watch The Knight's Tale." This was crazy. It was like the whole episode, whole hour of the first 15 minutes of A Knight's Tale. This is stupid. By episode 7, I was saying, this shit's fire. So,
Okay, that's my point. There. It's a story. It's
you're right. No. If you're saying that this season is going to be better than season 1, I'm
yes.
100% agreeing with you. My only problem is episode 1. And if I'm talking about something, I'm talking about episode 1, and that didn't meet what it's supposed to be. It didn't do what it was supposed to do.
Well,
But
it
you don't
introduced new
think
players, though.
you don't think saying that it's better than season 1 is like a low bar? You know what I
it
mean?
is.
Like,
It's one of those things like you got to jump over a bar and really all you got to do is go up an inch. Like,
yeah, exactly.
okay.
Like if you're saying it's better than season 1, okay, I hope so, because season 1 was. I know there are a few people that liked it. I get that 100%. Me personally, I thought it was really really bad. I didn't like it at all. Few episodes, like say, okay, were decent, but as a whole round series, it just didn't hit for me, right? So to say that this is going to be, because if this is not better than season 1,
Oh, we wouldn't be doing any more Daredevil. So
facts.
Well, first of
Facts.
all,
And
they're
you know
gonna
what?
do season 3. So how can
And you
that
know
not
what's
be good?
and you know what's gonna make this season not better than season 1? We're gonna see Mo Coulter at the end, and that's gonna just kill the
No,
whole damn
not-
series, bro.
we're not.
100%.
he's
We're
gonna
not
be your
seeing-
your favorite fan. He's gonna have a picture of him on your mantle. It's literally gonna be all this stuff. I got something else for him too.
Listen. I'm gonna keep
I'm
it.
sending Anzo this one too,
Oh
right?
my god.
So Anzo,
You know?
you gonna give him the Mike Coulter train. You gonna realize
I'm
how big this dude is actually everything you need him to be. That's it.
I'm gonna say this right now. I know you spent money for these things and you didn't have to do it, so I'm gonna cherish them. But if it wasn't for that, I'd be burning them motherfuckers on stream. Like, hey, see this in my culture. Hope you're watching.
Hey, you like sweet Christmas. I'm coming
You know
after
what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take it to work and I'm gonna photocopy it, right? So I'm gonna have a nice paper photocopy one that I can burn on stream, and I'll keep the real one, but I'm gonna
Well,
burn the photocopy.
I think Eli got lost in the shadow realm or something. So,
What
um,
up, Paul? Yeah. We go. We just going. We going.
Yeah, let's just enjoy this and talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
well, so okay, we got a lot of things showing up in this episode. All right, so we're getting a season 3. We all know that, right? So that's gonna be I think gonna probably be better than season 2, even though you're already thinking. I don't understand how. I
I
get
think
what
season 2
you're
is gonna
saying.
be good. I think season 2 is
I
gonna be good.
I get what you're saying, Brian. That it didn't feel like a a season opener for a season 2. However, we got more information about what's at play currently within season 2 with every little thing that was displayed.
But see, when you do a show, right? Um, the penultimate is supposed to be this big action thing where everything is kind of swells up and you're talking about how great it is, and then the finale kind of sets up what's going to go on for the next season. Well, this one did the exact opposite. You got all the action as the finale without any more information, and then you're gonna get this first episode is more of a connecting tissue to season 2. And I just if I'm talking about just specifically how bad the episode is, or it's not bad, but what the episode is, that's what I'm gonna say that's the problem. The problem is this episode here. I think I'm gonna have a problem with episode 2. So I think episode 2 is not going to be much of action, and it's going to have a big lore dump. And my complaint is that it's episode 2 of a season. Once again, it feels the beginning. If you got to watch episode 1 and episode 2, you're going to be like, what the hell is this? And then I think episode 3 is going to be fine. And I think that's when we're going to start saying this is fire. But I'm not looking at it as a season. I'm not looking at it as season 2. I'm looking at it as episode 1. And episode 1, I didn't think that was a good job done. That's all. And then,
I feel you.
But it's cool. I think I'm going to still like season 2.
Tony said, I think Daredevil's villains save all of his seasons. Listen,
Tony, come on, get off that coat.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think he's correct too. Not season 1.
I like you, Tony, by the way.
Not season 1. I think season 1 Daredevil carried that one really good, but in season 2, man, I thought Bullseye was fire. Bullseye was season 2, right?
Yes.
No, Bullseye was season 3. No,
that was season 3.
Who was
season
2?
Season 2 was Punisher because he fought the hand.
Yes. You're right.
Yeah. Look at you, Daredevil fans. Thank you.
You're right.
Hey, it's been a long time ago, bro, and I smoke a lot of weed. You can't expect me to remember that crap, right? I'm just saying. But I think Bullseye really saved season 3 for me. That's why I'm like, because I remember season 3 not being that good. But
I was gonna say season 3 wasn't good. That was the problem.
Season
3 wasn't even good. So like the reason why Warren could say no, that's not true is because though Bullseye's the best villain, it was terrible still. So you can't say you saved something that was
season 3 was terrible. Superheroes have to have excellent villains. I agree with you 100%.
I agree with that.
Yeah, a villain makes it. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have a good villain, like look at Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a great movie, but the villain is so weak. If you had a stronger villain in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, that probably moves up to a top 5 movie.
Wait a minute.
It was a top 5 movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's not in my top 5, but it's definitely in my top 10. What?
Wait. Did you just say Ronan the Accuser and Ego the Living Planet?
Yeah, that was a phenomenal.
I just named 3 people
You think Ronan was phenomenal?
Yeah, I think that was a really good villain. I think Ronan did really good.
Yeah, he's a strong villain. What are you talking about?
He's a strong villain. He was trash in the movie though, because he didn't really do much, and then he fell for that stupid. What are you doing? That dance crap at the end that pissed me off.
He just hated on that. That made nothing, yo.
Yeah, I hate that part. I love the movie. I think the movie is great, but that dance scene at the end just fucking it kills it for me, right? So,
but why would but that would throw off an alien because they have no knowledge of what.
He may not have any knowledge, but why would he care? Just shoot him. You know what I mean?
Because he might have thought. He might have
culturally that can take someone off their game. Culturally, doing something like that will take someone off their game.
Listen, I always go with, and it's always this is how it should be. Remember in Indiana Jones, the first movie? Where he's walking and dude jumps over the sword, and he just pulls out his gun and shoots him. That's how it should always be. That's exactly the villain watching him dance should have, but it was at the end of the movie, so now you can do it, right? You know,
but the whole thing behind that was that he broke his arm.
But you're coming on there to, take the stone and hit the planet and destroy the planet, right? As soon as you get there, I don't care what this guy is doing. I'm doing that, blam, 100%. Right? Thanos didn't wait to snap his fucking fingers and have a conversation with Thor, right? He said, you should have went for that. Boom, snap his fingers. Exactly how it should be, right? These are the tropes that they put in movies that I don't like, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't kind of like that scene in it. Now, it doesn't take away from the movie. I think the movie is great. It's one of the best, but I just have an issue with that scene. I think Charlie Cox is good, but the villains make him better. You know what? I think Charlie Cox might just be
Isn't
a
that
little
supposed to be
bit
the villain?
over Mike Coulter when it comes to these shows too, because I don't think he's great. I never thought Charlie Cox was great. I think he's good, right? But he's never been great to me.
I
He's
think
playing
he's
a
phenomenal.
blind lawyer
Yeah.
who has power, who's
To the point where
who-
people think that he's blind for real.
Okay,
People
so
ask
that
him all the time, "Can you truly see?" You tell me he's not a good actor when they ask
no, no,
him
no.
that.
That I will give you. He does the blind stuff really good, but the line delivery is kind of off to me. That's what I'm saying. The line delivery is kind of off to me. But when I see him, like when he's not has a suit on, he looks like he's blind. I'll give you that. I just find his line delivery doesn't always work for me. I think he's getting better because I think in the first season he was absolutely horrible with it, but I think he's getting better. And that's what I'm thinking about Danny Tran too, right? Iron Fist.
He was just terrible.
I hope he gets better too because he was terrible in that season. So if you're getting acting and coaching abilities throughout the years, right, you should be better and enough to do something better in because he's coming back too, you know. I never been a Daredevil fan, but he is a good actor. He's all right.
He's a good
So
actor.
I'm gonna tell you guys. No. Here's what I'm gonna tell you guys. How you know a good actor from a bad one. If you only see him in fucking Daredevil, then he's not a good actor. And I ain't see Charlie Cox in anything else, right? You remember,
Well,
right?
no, wait.
Go ahead.
You talk about Mike Coulter all the time, but Mike Coulter's in a lot of ish. Yet somehow
Yeah.
he's not a good actor. So by your own admission, by that logic, Mike Coulter's a good actor.
Hold on. Some of them.
Has his
No,
own
wait,
series,
hold on.
got
Wait,
all
hold
this
on.
stuff.
Wait, hold on. Some of them usually can cross the lines a bit. You know what I'm saying? They can take a chance on him. They took a chance on Mike Coulter because at the time there weren't really that big. Let's get the black actor from Luke Cage because we need a black actor to propel, so they took him and it didn't work. Because it didn't work. He's been in a few things, but still trash, right? So
No,
I'm
man,
just
they
saying.
did good. Like, what's funny is that Mike Coulter and Jessica Jones is phenomenal. Mike Coulter and Evil, he carried Evil. So like,
I didn't watch this, so.
this is dude. Yeah, I don't know. I
So,
don't know.
but my example is the guy that was in NYPD Blue, right? You remember him? You remember how good they were talking about this guy in NYPD Blue? It was like, oh my God, he's gonna be great. Then he came into the movies and he did nothing. Same thing with David Duchovny, right? Everybody loved him in the X-Files, but then when he tried to go and start doing movies, he didn't do well, right? That's what I'm saying. So that's how I feel about
what happened
Charlie
with them.
Cox.
It's because they're well known. When you become well known for that character, you can't typecast it. That's just what it is.
I agree with you, but there are a lot of actors who have come out of that, right? George Clooney came out of that. You watched George Clooney for years as a doctor.
Did he? No, but he was more of a sex symbol, and everything he ever did was still a sex symbol. He never really got out of it because when he tried to become Batman, that shit was terrible.
No, but what I'm saying is he was a good actor. So you've seen him in multiple things, in big budget things, right? Actually carrying big budget movies. You never seen Mike Coulter or these guys carrying big budget movies.
Mike Coulter?
No, carrying big budget movies.
Because I'll tell you that he's more of a TV
No, he's
actor.
been a lot. Yeah, 100%.
He's in
100%.
a lot of shit.
Which?
Who else is it? Anthony Mackie is another dude who's in a lot of shit.
Right, 100%. But Anthony Mackie at least had enough. They had enough faith in Anthony Mackie acting to have him carry a movie. Right now, granted, the movie they gave him, I think
it's one of the worst ranked movies of all time.
Yeah. But that's not his fault, right? Like, you know what I mean? So I agree with you that he's a TV actor, and I think just in general, a lot of TV actors have a hard time moving to the next level because either they're not as good enough, or like you said, they've been typecast where all you can see is in these other movies. So yeah, I give you that 100%. So I give you that. I'm not
And
saying
just
not
so you
about
know, Mike Coates is coming out with a new TV show called Murder City. Just for you, Anzo. He wanted me to tell you that.
that. Well, when he comes out with a movie that I think is going to be fire and he can carry it, and I say,
You're
okay,
just
yeah,
gonna
you
hate the movie. You say it was all great except for the time Mike Coates was on screen. That's all you're gonna say.
Robert Downey Jr. broke out of typecasting he was when he was younger. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, there are a
By doing
few
drugs.
actors that will be able to do it, but Anthony Mackie was in Pain and Gain and was good. Yeah, you see, I think that's one of the things with Anthony Mackie. He's very versatile. He can do comedy, he can do romance, he can do action, right? And that's
but not
something a lot
Captain
of other
America.
actors can't do. Bro, you're a
Watch your
tough
mouth.
guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to
Watch
kick
your
his
mouth.
ass out of here right now. All right, so let's go to the positives. What were your positives of Daredevil season one? Start with you, Brian.
No, I mean I will say this: they did explain Karen. They did have a great action scene at the beginning, really to engage you, to bring you all in. I think all that was really good. You still get see Kingpin still becoming Kingpin. You still understand with him and Vanessa that connection is still there. You see the Doctor. Wow, the Doctor probably was the most entertaining part of it because you see how she changed. You know, from the love interest who like had to kill how to kill someone that started to change. You start seeing her change in her eyes, and to the point where you know that they foreshadowing that you know she's gonna change.
Yeah,
You
she's
can
gonna turn
see it.
into yeah. Like
You
she
know,
may what was the guy that's haunting her that she may turn into
News.
him.
Muse. She's
Muse.
gonna be
Yeah,
she's gonna be a new female Muse, and
female
that's
Muse.
going to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
can see that.
But I think they did a really good job with showing that in showing her PTSD or whatever you want to say that she has from that point, but also how much now Kingpin has kind of wrapped his finger around her and is guiding her. And so when what's his name called her and said, "Hey, you need to change what you have on your report," she does it. So it just kind
Yeah.
of showed how she's slowly becoming more under the thumb of the fists. You know, so like I thought that was interesting overall. I didn't hate what Matt Murdock did. It just felt like another episode. But no, I think everything they did, they showed where everyone was right now. All the problems they're going to have going forward. I think they did that good. I like to see the fact that we saw Jessica Jones for a hot second. At least it was a hot second. That we understand what's going to be happening. I think they did overall as an episode. It was fine. It was a good episode.
Thank you.
As a season opener, I don't like it.
All right, let me go with Warren now and hear his cap. Warren,
Tony's.
your positives.
No, well, the Savior is speaking. I need to change my
Facts,
name to the
Tony.
Savior. Um, so couple things we know that I think the big reveal is that Val is helping out Wilson Fisk, right? Because Val is well, like I mentioned, she is helping with the she's under the thumb of the new Avengers, but she's still doing her OXE, which was with Ox, the company she had.
Yeah,
So
that was
we know
interesting.
that she's a supplier. Fisk is more like an ends to the mean, like so that's good to know. And then we got to see what's it called, the interrogation. I thought the interrogation with the psychiatrist, I forgot her name that you just mentioned because I never liked her, by the way, in the first season. I never liked that character.
You don't want
Um,
you want to be a love interest that's not, you know, Karen or
Karen.
Electra.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you don't want
yeah.
to see
yeah,
them. Yeah, you don't like
yeah.
those. I understand.
Seeing Jack Duquesne back, so the swordsman character means that he's gonna have some more of a role too, as well. And then also, we got to see the new suit. I thought, well, maybe they're gonna hold off. The fact that we got to see the new suit was a positive for me. We got action in the beginning of the episode, and we got action towards the end. I all I kept hearing from last season was, "Oh my God, he didn't do anything. He was just lawyering and talking and yapping and talking and yapping and talking." I saw a billy club go and hit someone's head. I saw someone get a bullet in their eye. I got someone get shot in the back of the head. There was action, slow. Some of it was fast, but we got action. So they did listen to the fans in some aspect, right? And then
But here's the thing, Warren. We were wrong when we said that about season one. I don't think so.
I didn't say you were wrong.
Oh, okay. And of course, Anik Jones says it's a good episode, so that's how you know it was trash. All right. If you hear what Anik Jones said, you guys have some serious issues. I'm just saying.
All right, but those are my positives. I don't think I need to. I think Brian covered the rest of them, but those are my positives for the most part.
So my positives for this episode are none. No, I'm kidding. I like the I like the fact that we did actually get to see the suit right away. Right, we didn't have to wait. It was a new suit. He was doing it. I think it's the same suit, just black and has the two double D's on it. And the scene where they actually, they focus to let you see the double D's and everything. I think that's like something Warren said is something that a lot of people had complained about, which was great to see that they actually listened and did some things that people were complaining about. Also, I think it had more action in this episode than every episode of last season put together, right? And you got Daredevil action at least. I think we waited until like the second or to last episode for him to actually even put on the suit last season, So
It was like
I think
fourth to last.
yeah, something like that. Whatever. But it was still better watching that than anything else. So I'm just saying. I think I like the fact that the doctor is changing too. You know what I mean? And you could see like what's happening to her where you said like she's following Fist now and she changed the paper and you have this little vigilante thing. There's going to be one thing that I'm going to tell you that I did not like. And it has to do with the same dude that is in the show that we just watched, which didn't like him in that show either, and I'm not liking him in this one either, right? So, but we'll get into that when we get into the negative stuff too as well. Fight scenes were okay. Oh, there was another thing I didn't like too about this episode, but we'll get into that too. But fight scenes were pretty okay. I like the fact that we still got, the black girl and the black guy. They were still in it, but we'll see what happens to him because of the end of this episode. And again, like I said, is there anything else that was positive for me? I think that's about it. Well, let me see what the comments say.
Wilson Fisk looked good too, right?
Mm-hmm.
You enjoyed what he was doing, and it felt very America. Oh,
100%. Yeah.
They say, "Oh, I'm taking over." Well, you're not supposed to be part of this. Oh, I hate that you're doing this, and you get one phone call like, "We're going to support you 100%." I thought that was
100%.
That's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The guy came in there and he was like putting his power like, no, it's not happening. He got a phone call, and again, that's the connection to the MCU because it was Valentino or whatever the hell her name is that made that call. So I wonder who Vanessa will cheat with next. Probably nobody after she's seen what he did. Double D's, you say? Absolutely. He said, from the man who still watches Walking Dead, season 75 shouldn't talk about Daredevil. So listen, here's the thing. And Brian will back me up on this. Dead City is fire. So I'm just going to say it's really good. There's still good Walking Dead out there. BB is fine, absolutely. Hey, Collector, what's up? He said, what's up, Brian and Nzo? He said, not all good shows need action right away. Good dialogue is needed to build the story up. The story up. Action is the bonus. So here's the thing. I'll agree with you on certain things, right? But when you went off a lackluster season like you did in season 1, then I think season 2 should have kind of did pick up, but I think it should have been like action-packed straight through. You know what I mean? Straight through. And then season 2, you get the dump like we're gonna probably get, and then you get season 3 where it goes to back to being what it's supposed to be. So I don't know. That's just me. But Poe said hit the like button. Absolutely. Said Brian, I thought you were at C2E2. He was.
Yes, I just got back for the day and going. We'll be back tomorrow.
Said Fitz had that Steve Harvey suit on. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Season 1 wasn't lackluster. Yes, it was.
Season 1 took too many episodes getting the Daredevil in the actual suit. It really did. And I think that's pretty much everyone understands that. Charlie Cox understands that. So I'm just telling you, like, everyone understands that it took too long but it wasn't supposed to be that way. Kind of what Warren was saying, it was supposed to be 18 episodes, right? Originally, season 1 was supposed to be all that. So then it wouldn't matter if it took a long time for him to get in the suit. So it was just something that they were trying to redo, and they didn't hit. You know, just that's all. That's
exactly. Okay. And I think one of the things I think we all said was the mistake is you shouldn't have cut it into two seasons. If you had already had the plan to have the 18 episodes come out, then you do the 18 episodes. And you know what? To be honest with you, if you get 18 episodes and it's kicking and it's popular, I think more shows start to go back to like 18 episodes, and you don't have to worry about because as much as I sit here and I watch certain things, like I'm rewatching Lost, and I'm like, ooh, 22. There's a lot of episodes, right? I got to an episode where I was like, I don't even need to watch this episode because there's nothing happening in it, right? So you can avoid that if you do 15, right? Do 15 episodes of a season. I could deal with that, but the 8 episodes, I think it's okay, but you don't get as much character development as you would get if you had longer seasons,
I will say this. I want someone who, if you work for these companies, you want subscribers, and you want subscribers to come multiple times. So you want to be able to have season after season after season, quickly be able to do it, especially with the amount of money that they're paying to do these shows. I understand it. I really do. But if you're going to do it, then you need to figure out a way to present it in a way that a season can stand on its own. And I think we'll look back and say, well, season 1 and season 2 together is a good season. But you didn't allow season 1 to stand on its own 2 feet because it was too much of lore dump because you thought you were going to have a long season. You should have cut a lot of that out the middle if you would, and had a little bit more on the back end. So if you would have done that, I think you would have got a positive reaction from us a little bit more.
And I think, again, one of the reasons, too, for it being the way it is, because I think you get 8 episodes, right? And then you're waiting like 2 years for another season. I think that's a problem as well, right? So what they do back in the day is they would do a 22-episode season, and you put it weekly. And then by the time that season is over, you're already editing and cutting season 2 because you've been filming it while that 18 episodes is playing, right? And I think that's where they get it wrong. But streaming changed that, because when streaming first came out, they were dropping everything all at once. So when you do that, then I understand why it takes long for a season, because you can binge watch a season in a couple of days, and then you got to wait a year or 2 for another one. So I get that, right? But if you're doing these seasons where you're dropping them weekly, I don't think there's a reason why you should have to wait 2 years for season 2. Right.
The amount of money that you're doing. The amount of money is what you're doing. If you need CGI, if you need things like that, I think that's what causes you to have to go a lot longer. So, like, we had some people from Severance out there. Severance cost $20 million to do an episode. So you can't do that time after time after time after time. And the time that takes months to film some of this stuff makes it harder to do. And I
agree with you. I agree with you.
You still should be able to come up with an episode once a year.
Right. And I agree with you on that too. But TV shows, and I think it does depend on the budgets, right? So for example, this Daredevil season, I don't think the CGI is as much as would be like, let's say, for a Monarch show, right? Where you're seeing creatures all the time. So it's not as expensive. It doesn't have to be as expensive. So you could still do that with a Daredevil show. I understand certain shows, like you said, maybe a lot of money to do it and you want to wait.
It also practical effects. So like I said that, right? and then it was what's his name next. It was, so Mike Coulter was sitting there next, and the guy from Foggy was sitting right next to him. Eldon Henson, whatever, was sitting right next to him, and he was saying it's actually harder when you do practical effects because now you have to have people in suits, which costs a lot more money to actually do stuff, and then you need like wires and everything. You can't just put it on a computer, so that makes it real tough. And also, actors no longer sign long-term contracts, so those things kind of make it a little more difficult to do these seasons. You know, year after year after year. No one wants to be held in and just say I'm a TV actor only. And because of that, I think we've got to change the atmosphere a little bit. And though, as much as I also agree with you that I want, 15 to 18 episode seasons, I think that's the best thing to do. They're not going to do that anymore because they're not signing those long-term contracts because they're doing multiple shows.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Streaming changed everything, right? But at the same time, I think you can sign Charlie Cox, right, for 3 seasons. Say, hey, listen, we're going to sign you up for 3 seasons, and you can do it that way. But now it's because it takes so long for a season that a lot of these actors need to do something in between, and that's why they end up getting on 2 different shows. You know what I mean? Like, look at the guy in this show. The one that was in Cross, right? He was in Cross. Now he's in Daredevil. You understand? So he's like trying to keep things going, progressing, and you have to wait way too long. And he probably wasn't going to be in season 3 of Cross anyways. But if he was like a recurrent character, so I think there's ways they could get around it. To be honest with you, I just think you're right. They're not going to do it because it's more feasible to do it the way they're doing it right now. Collector said, and how was meeting Mike Coulter?
Awesome. Dude is really cool, real talkative about a few things. So much so that Nzo loves him now because he now has a picture of Mike Coulter signed to Nzo, aka Mike Coulter, aka Power Man, aka Luke Cage. That way he'll get.
I was gonna say that will probably break in the mail, but I know Tank's a good shipper, so he's gonna ship that.
Nope,
way too
everything's
good.
gonna be perfect. I'm saying it. Tank's taking the Monday. You probably won't get it by the end of the week. We're talking about another rewind on Saturday. Nzo's gonna already have it.
You just want fighting without any dialogue. So with that being said, you like straight 90s films. Well, I'm a 70s child. Of course I like straight 90 films, 100%. But I don't need any dialogue. But if you're giving me a whole episode of dialogue, we're gonna have an issue. The 18
Action needs to be there. Action needs to be there. You do want story. I want good story along with action and a good basis. You have to be able to balance both.
100%. Did you ask him if he was going to be in Born Again? He probably wouldn't have been able to tell you that anyways.
So, well, this is really interesting. So, I said, okay, hey, I asked him about Evil because I love Evil. They're the 4 seasons of Evil. He said he's probably going to come out with Evil movie. They're in talks with them. It was because Paramount didn't want to give any more money to their budget. They didn't like the fact that it was a black lead. They had an Indian lead and a white woman lead. They didn't like that, so they didn't give any money for doing the next season. And they didn't like the black man and the white woman had a love interest in between them. They didn't like it.
Really? He told you that?
Yeah, 100.
Wow.
He said it straight up. And then so they wouldn't give him the money for it. Then I said, so are we going to see you back as Luke Cage? And he said, huh? And then answered another question and just moved on. Like he didn't even say anything about it. Real nice guy. But said, huh? And then just going to move on to another thing, another statement. So in my mind, he probably will be. I don't know if he's going to be in this thing or if it's going to be season 3 that he's been filming.
I think he's going to be at the end of this one. So 18 episodes were similar to She-Hulk, and that's why they scrapped season 1 to start over because it would have been more like Thor 4.
Which I
you're talking about this? Yeah, you're talking about the She-Hulk show, huh?
Yes, yeah,
so She-Hulk show.
Yeah, it'll be more in the courtroom.
Oh,
too silly and not necessarily what you want. So I understand.
It was supposed to be 18 episodes.
This one, no, so not She-Hulk.
Oh, this one.
This
one.
Daredevil's
okay,
supposed to be 18. Feige looked at it and he didn't appreciate it.
Okay, I got you because it was more court drama than actual action pack Yeah, Daredevil. With House of Dragons, we waited 2 years for the third season, and the crazy thing is we're going to have to wait another 2 years for the final season because the final season is coming out in 2028. That's what
But
I'm
those
saying.
shows cost a lot of money to do,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then special effects, and then acting, and then they have physical stuff that's it's too hard to do, and the weather. When you're filming something and the weather gets in the way, that's like when me and I was the one to watch From. From can't do it because of the weather, how things work. So things have to change. So those things
But
play a part into it.
But at least From was able to get out their season a year later, right? Because it's a year later. From was able to do that.
Because they did it in
What
the
else
wintertime,
did
the
that?
first one, and then they
Yeah,
decided to go ahead and do
yeah,
spring and
yeah,
start
yeah.
filming again.
But I think there was a big drop between season 1 and 2 because of the writer's strike and everything.
It was
So
two
I
and
think
three,
that's
wasn't it? Wasn't there a huge drop between 2 and 3?
yeah, 2 and 3. Yeah, 2 and 3. Yeah, 2 and 3. You're right. You're right. So I think that was the big problem with that one, and that's why season 3 was in the winter time, right? Because we go back and watch it. Victor says that the season never changes, and it wasn't supposed to change. And I heard them saying something that they were gonna do a winter season, but I don't think they were. I think
No,
it just
they were just
happened
making
to
that
be
up.
a convenience. Yeah, 100%. He said Seven looks like a TV show that doesn't have that much CGI in it. You're right.
It's
But
more practical effects, and it costs a lot of money to actually do. And the film way they do things with the cameras that swing around and the changing of the people, that takes a long time to do, and that's practical effect, and that sucks.
And I think another problem too is, right? It takes a long time to write these shows, right? So and sometimes you gotta wait until
Quality.
you're not yeah, to get quality too, but you gotta wait until you're renewed, right? Some of these shows don't get to know if they're renewed or not until the end
That's
of the
funny. You
season.
said that because that's something else he said. Because we were talking about Evil. He said the show writer wrote 6 seasons already done, script already done, and then Paramount pulled the plug. So now they got 2 seasons of stuff that's just sitting there.
That you see, and that ends up being a problem too, right? So if you're writing 6 seasons and then you stop at season 4 and you stop with like a cliffhanger or maybe not even just like a couple of hanging threads, you get canceled. Now you wasted time writing 6 seasons. So a lot of these writers will actually wait until they know that they're going to be renewed, and then it's like, okay, boom. Because back in the day, you had a pilot, right? And it kicked off like Lost. Oh, we're signing you up for 5 seasons right away. You know what I mean? And that's what they were doing. They don't do that anymore. So that's one of the reasons why too as well. But did you hear Daredevil season 3 is already starting to film? Yes, I absolutely heard that. And
But
that's a
they're
good
not
thing.
filming up that much because Charlie Cox, all of them, Kristen Ritter, Mike
Yeah.
Goldman, all of them were all at Comic-Con, and they were all at MechaCon. And they're all
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to another one. So, like, I don't know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
much they're actually filming or what is going
Yeah, yeah.
on, but I know that they had started filming. That's what I'm just going to say.
Yeah, yeah. They're probably doing like, shots, what's location shots, you know what I mean? Maybe some extra shots or this and that, or with the actors that are available now, and then you'll see that they'll get the Daredevil actors in when they're done with all of this Comic-Con
I'll
stuff.
tell y'all a secret. Kristen Ritter is actually pretty sexy, man. I'm just going to throw that out there. Didn't expect that. I was a little surprised. I was like, oh.
I got you. You need a balance of both. Absolutely, 100%. Brian, you should swing on David Elson for doing that evil.
I ain't got enough money. I can't hit that man. That man going to crush me with his wallet. Billions? Billions?
I really like
Well-
Evil. That was, yeah. Go ahead, Warren.
No, go ahead. No, it's fine.
I was gonna say I really liked Evil. That show was that was a good show. It had a guy that played Ben from Lost in it. Okay, yeah. I never seen it, but I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I remember. And he's another one, right? He's great in Lost, but everything else I seen him in is kind of like the same kind of character, like a
He was
typecast.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal in Evil. But
Oh, was he?
So good.
So similar,
good.
but similar to Ben, right?
Yes. I would say,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. I remember when the 6th season of Game of Thrones came out, and like 2 weeks later they said it was going to be like 3 years for the final season. I remember being on pins and needles waiting. Yeah, but you see, at least they told you, you know what I mean? Like they were like, okay, if a show comes out Like, for example, Welcome to Derry. I think by the third episode, we knew it was going to get renewed for season 2, right? That's when you start writing. Like, okay, people are popping off. We're getting into season 2. All right, let's do this. So that's what I think. Did you meet Christian Ritter? And what was she like? Was she nice? And is beautiful as she looks? Is she beautiful as she looks? I think he said
She
yeah
was,
already.
I mean, when I'm telling you, I was shocked because I was like, man, she's just a nothing burger, you know? She's just whatever, whatever, regular old white girl, whatever. Nah,
Until
she's
you
cute.
see her in person, right?
Cute.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I see you. And I was thinking, my coach was like, sweet Christmas, good job.
yeah. All right, let's get into the negatives. Warren, what are your negatives for this episode?
Oh, the the, the negatives were what I was gonna say was a couple things. The talking during the fist scenes, along with that seemed really dragged on,
Mm-hmm.
and then also um so I sort of agree with you with the bullseye part where you it's like they saved money. So they don't show bullseye doing it. They're like, okay, let's just show the guns going through it instead of having it there. If he was there in the scene as well, it would have made the scene much better.
Mm-hmm.
If he threw it down right at him. So that
Mm-hmm.
kind of was a negative for me as well. And then like the whole psychiatrist with the uh with the images and all that's like kind of, I don't know, that was corny to me.
Oh, really? That's very realistic for psychiatrists. A lot of psychiatrists have problems like that because they have to hear other people's deepest, darkest secrets. So I thought that was interesting. Okay.
I thought it was pretty decent too. I was like, okay, you could see that she's changing, and it shows, right? Because, and I say this a lot of times when I watch some of these movies, bro, right? Like I brush it off, but you see, like you've been through like a plane hostage situation, right? Where people almost die, and you get out of it and they sitting outside making jokes and laughing and smiling like nothing ever happened. And I'm sorry, but something like that happens to you, it's gonna take a long fucking time before you'll be smiling again. You know what I mean? So I think they do that a lot. So to show that she has PTSD as to what happened to her is like a real life thing. It felt real to me. So I can agree with you on that one. Anything else, Warren? You might want to check your mic a bit.
Yeah, you went muted.
Oh, no, more so that they're using her as the second eventual muse. Like, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's a MacGuffin. It's just kind of like, why use her? Like, use somebody else. Like, that just seems like just an easy cop out for me out of all the characters. Like, I don't know. Like,
Isn't Muse supposed to have powers though?
yes,
Yeah, but you're not gonna get this grounded crap right now. So it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
And I think
yeah,
the
that's for
reason
me.
why it's problematic when he just said with her being a psychiatrist is almost like instead of being Muse, she's going to use her powers of induction to do a lot of the powers that Muse usually has, and that's not
Mm,
always a great thing.
I got you. I got you. Go ahead, Warren.
No, no, those are my biggest negatives.
Brian, what about you?
Negatives, I will say, um, just the feel. I didn't really enjoy the feel of it that much. I thought Fisk was imposing, but really didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot happened overall. Um, Karen, just I don't think I like Karen. I think, and I see everyone saying, this is a great love story. He's there, his MJ and all this other bull crap. I'm like, do y'all not know who Elektra is? Like, what are we doing?
Facts.
Are we rewriting stuff? I don't understand Like the propaganda we're getting out of this stuff. I don't understand why we're pretending like Karen is that character when she's not really. So I'm not really sure about that. I wanted more Jessica Jones a little, in this episode. I would like to see Bullseye a little bit more, or at all. I thought they stayed with scenes a little bit too long and kind of wears out its welcome a couple times, making things feel a little bit longer than it really should.
Absolutely.
It was a regular episode, not a season season opener one. That's all. I don't want to say like I have all these other problems, and it's not like it was like a horrible episode. It was okay, And even as much as I love the action at the beginning, at the end, the fact that in the middle there was none of it. Not even like action, just not even action. There was no almost interesting things going on.
Yeah, agreed.
Was a little bit bad for me.
Agreed. And I'm guessing the middle part is to set up what Kingpin's plan is, right? Because you got the guns and everything like that, and showing his connections and who's. Because I think Valentina, like, it's not Kingpin working for Valentina. Valentina working for Kingpin. Kingpin's working for Valentina, right? She's calling the shots pretty much. I'm not saying working for her, but she's the one allowing. Yeah, she's allowing Kingpin to do what he's doing. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, okay, we're gonna use so. But okay, so first off, my negatives is, man, it looked like they might be killing the black dude. I don't know yet. It seemed like he was
Cherry's about to get squashed.
Yeah, I think he's about to die. You know what I mean? I think he's about to die because it looked like he was having a heart attack in that scene. So I was just like, oh, well, okay. Well, I guess they're going to kill the black guy, right? I I agree with you on the Karen and Daredevil stuff. Like, I don't even care about the relationship too much anymore. You know what I mean? It's been too on and off already so many times. Like, I'm just at the point where, like, I don't care. You know, I know people, oh my God, yes, they did it right. We get to see Daredevil and Karen together. But I've always known him to be with Elektra, 100%. That's all I've known. Like, I never knew about no Karen Page until this show, right?
Elektra is fine as hell. I'm just letting y'all know.
Exactly, right? And the guy, I don't know his name. I can't remember his name, but the guy that was in Cross and is now in this show, I cannot stand him. He is driving me up a wall. And yeah, and as you know, he comes off. It feels like the same character I just watched in Cross. Right? Feels like the same guy just watching Cross. He comes in there.
Matthew Lillard is a well-known actor, but he does feel like Matthew Lillard all the time. And I will say it does feel like he was just right off the cross.
You know what I mean? Same thing and everything like that. So I'm like, okay, well, here we go with this crap again, and it looks like he's gonna have a bigger role than he probably did in Cross in this, so that's probably gonna be an issue for me. Whereas it's like, okay, whatever. Hope he dies soon, But again, the episode had good action at the beginning, good action at the end. I mean, it wasn't. I think if Bullseye had actually came to jumped in through the window and helped him like that, started fighting the cops, doing all his Bullseye stuff, it would have been a lot better than what happened. You know what I mean? So I think they could have done a little bit better with that scene too as well. But other than that, there's really not too much to like or actually hate in this episode. But, I'm in a bad mood. So
there's something I did miss.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a little controversial. I will say this. The anti-vigilante task force definitely felt a lot like ICE, and definitely felt like you're trying to say a lot of shit about Trump.
100%, bro. 100%. There is no doubt in my mind that ICE, that the anti-task force is directly related to ICE. Like, they said, this is interesting. All right, this is what our guys are gonna be. You know what I mean? Yeah, 100%. And Fist feels like Trump. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fist feels like Trump.
Oh, really? I'm not part of it?
100%. And we all know that Trump isn't smart enough to be doing what he's doing. So there's someone who funded his campaign, right? Maybe a couple of them who funded his campaign are actually telling Trump what to do, which is um, de la Fontaine. That's exactly what's going on. So yeah, it felt like real freaking life for real, bro.
It did. It
You
definitely
know,
did.
it felt like real life. But those are basically my negatives for the show. We'll get into our predictions and grades. What are your predictions for next 2 episodes, Brian?
Episode 2 is going to be more of the same. We're going to get a lot more of Matt and Karen feeling like couples vibes and all that stuff. We're going to get more of AVTFs feeling like ice. We're going to get a lot more lore trying to set up what the problem is for this season. We're probably going to start off with Bullseye and feeling and understanding more about what he's doing, what his goals are overall, and how that's going to be a thorn in Daredevil's side. I think, but honestly, I think episode 2 is going to be a lot of just stuff happening, and then episode 3 is going to be a full octane ride that we're all going to love, and I'm excited for the season overall. But I will say this episode is a nothing burger, so I'm gonna give it a B-.
All right. What about you, Warren?
This is predictions. Well, I have. I think we're gonna probably see more. We might get to see White Tiger, daughter. Like, cause remember, we might see, cause they have to reintroduce her back. I assume that she might end up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see her. We're probably gonna see the lawyer lady, her partner, because she seems like she's gonna be helping out Matt more in the lawyer aspect while he figures that stuff out.
Because he's dead. Because everyone. And how do you not tell her that Kirsten that he's dead? That he's not dead.
Facts.
What was it? What was I gonna say? It just threw my thought off. But no, that's fine. We're probably gonna see Bullseye team up with Daredevil. The friend of my enemy, the enemy of my friend is my whatever, that whole quote. So I'm assuming that I'm assuming episode 3 that's where they get to team up, because it's like, well, Fisk is my enemy and he's your enemy, and we I need revenge. So that's gonna be a weird dynamic. And then probably more about talking about like the whole prison thing going on with there. And then we may, I don't know if I know I don't like that psychiatrist lady, but probably she might end up like finding.
I just had her name. Oh my
I'm just
God,
gonna call her psychiatrist lady. She's probably gonna find music. Probably gonna go. I have a feeling she might go back to Muse's like body and like get his mask or something like that, and like
she's going to be scared and she's going to run off, and then it's going to turn around and it's going to be the mask right behind her.
I think she's gonna get her mask or start doing crazy stuff soon, like kind of how Karen killed that guy in the first Daredevil season. Like, she's gonna start doing things that are like really dark.
Heather, that's her name, Heather.
And then what was the last thing? No, Jessica Jones. We might see Jessica Jones by episode 3.
I'm glad you said
that. I think
that.
we'll see her tomorrow. I mean, see her the first episode 2.
Here's my question, right? Because we know, like, she's going to be in this series, right? I think she's probably going to have a bigger role than people are actually thinking. But do we see any other defenders in this season?
No, yeah. I know that Mike Coulter is not showing up in this.
I don't think he is either.
Okay, but I don't think we're gonna see Iron Fist either.
I do, unfortunately, think we're gonna see Danny Rand. I really don't want to see him. I really don't want to see him. I do think we see him though.
I don't think we see Danny. I think we might see Frank Castle though.
No, we're not seeing him. Like, it's already been confirmed that we're not seeing him in this one, right? So yeah, I don't think we're seeing that. But and another question to you guys is, do you like the fact that Daredevil and Bullseye are going to be working together?
Yes.
Hell no.
Oh, what? Yes. What are you talking about?
I'm with
seen
Brian. I don't like it either.
how many times have we seen like Venom and Spider-Man team up, or like
In the TV
Doctor
show, I
Doom
mean,
team up?
in movies, none, never.
Yeah,
Doctor
exactly. Exactly. The
Doctor.
comic book, you can say that, right? But in the movies, they
Oh
never
my
teamed up.
god. Okay. Well,
But I will
well.
say, I still think we're gonna see Finn. It's gonna be there. You know, we're gonna see him actually be there as Iron Fist. Finn Jones will be
We're
back.
not. We're
Hmm
not. Stop.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
why.
I agree with Brian. I do not want to see Daredevil and Bullseye working together because it's going to be this like buddy cop love hate kind of thing going on between the two of them, and I'm just we'll see
Which would
if
they
they pull
already
it
have
off.
with Frank Castle? They already have that.
Yeah, exactly. That's is exactly what I was gonna say. It's probably gonna be like that Frank Castle kind of when they first met, kind of relationship wise. You know what I mean? So I hope it's not that. I hope it's just like anytime Daredevil's in trouble, Bullseye comes in, they have a fight, he leaves, the Gore separate. I'll be like, okay, I kind of get that. They don't like each other, but they have a common goal. But if we start seeing them interacting and like, okay, making plans together, okay, we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna have a little issue with that. Um, Predictions for this season is that episode 2 is going to be trash. Episode 3 is going to be trash. All the way up, right up until episode 8, we're going to see nothing but trash. That's my prediction.
Oh,
And I'm gonna be, I'm gonna give this episode, I'm gonna give it a C. I'm gonna start low, all right? Because you got a lot of explaining to do, sir. All right, you got a lot of making up to do for last season, so I'm gonna give it a C. And yeah,
better than an F. I think that. I
no,
forgot
it's
to
not.
say
It's
B. I forgot to say B
yeah, go ahead.
plus, by the way.
It's not an F. I won't give it an F. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other shows out there that I think were worse than this, and I didn't give them an F, so I wouldn't give it an F, definitely. Said Warren, I wanted to tell you that I subscribed to your channel. I'm sorry if I spelled your name wrong. Don't worry. You can spell his name wrong anytime you want to. It's Warren. Nobody cares about Warren.
Okay. Thank
Said,
you.
hey Brian, I wanted to tell you this company Arrow Video just announced that it's coming out in June. Mortal Kombat the '90s one and Mortal Kombat Annihilation 4K on a in the big card box.
Huh? I thought
Yeah,
I had
I
the
could
first
definitely
one.
do without Annihilation for sure, 100%. But that first one is classic. I thought Jessica Jones was gonna show up right away. Hopefully, she'll be in the next episode. I
I
think
think
she
she
is
will.
gonna show up. Yeah. She's gonna have a major role in this, and I think she's gonna show up really soon. You know, does Jessica still have purple hair in her head?
Purple Man hair.
Purple, purple man hair.
Hargrave, grave was that what it was, or something like that? It
Hmm
was a
Yeah.
good villain. That was a good villain. I enjoyed him.
Who? Which one?
Jessica
Kilgrave.
Jones, Kilgrave. Yeah, it was Kilgrave.
Oh my God! Jessica Jones was trash, bro. That series was so garbage. It didn't do it for me. I did not like him at all.
You know that most people love Jessica Jones,
I
and that's
know,
why.
I know.
And that's why
I know.
Anzu has to say
I
he
don't
doesn't
get
like
it. I don't
That's what he
get
has
it.
to say.
I don't get it. I don't get why people like it. I thought it was so boring. I thought the villain was trash. No, I didn't like it. Do you think we'll get a cameo from Kate since her stepdad is the swordsman? Ooh, I don't think so.
No, I'll say no. And that's
I don't
interesting
think
though.
so.
That's a good question though. I think that's a really good question.
I don't think that Marvel is actually going to continue with this Young Avengers team. I don't think we're gonna get that anymore. You know what I mean? And I kind of hope we don't because I think some of those characters were pretty trash. But what I've been hearing is that we may get some Agents of Shield stuff into the MCU, which would be absolutely fire. Yes. Give me some Chloe.
I don't want
Give me
I don't
some
want
Max.
Agents of Shields. I don't want. I want Agents
Agents
of
of Shield
Atlas.
don't want Agents of Shield. This dude just wanted just whatever.
I want Agents. No, Brian, you're telling me Agents of Atlas isn't better than Agents of Shield?
I tell you, the Agents of Shield was not good. And I just didn't enjoy it. I couldn't enjoy it. I just didn't
Agents
enjoy
of
it at
Shield
all.
was fucking fire. What are we talking about, bro?
Look,
You
if
see-
you like it, then you know it wasn't good. So that's how we already know.
Wait. Did you watch the whole series?
No,
did.
I got done with after episode 3, season 3. I was like, "F this."
That's
I'm done.
why. That's why you need to keep watching the show.
You can't just go off of 3 seasons and say, "Well, I know those 3
Well,
seasons weren't all great," and then,
no,
but
to
after
me-
that, it gets good.
To me, I think to me, the first season started off really bad until Ward turned to the bad guy. And then I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I think season 2 was a step up. It was really good. And then season 3, I believe season 3 was Ghost Rider, which was fire. Absolutely fire. So I don't know, man. For me, I think
to disagree.
I think the show is really good, and I hope they definitely
If that's the
give
case,
us some more of those
you should
guys.
change your grade to A. Change your grade for Daredevil if
Oh no,
if what an A is Agents of Shield, then we're going to go ahead and just say that's what it is.
Agents of Shield is way better than Daredevil. Way better than Daredevil.
Oh,
Yes, even the Netflix side of it is way better.
Lightning bolt, anybody?
I ain't lying. I'm dead ass. So
now, you believe it? I believe that.
Kilgrave was amazing in Jessica Jones season 1. Jessica Jones is my favorite season. Yeah, because it's Jessica Jones. You guys like the girl. You ain't really like the show. Iron Fist was trash. I rewatched season 1 the other day, and it killed my eyes. I wouldn't even put myself through that torture, bro. I ain't even watching Luke Cage again.
Luke Cage is phenomenal. This dude. All right, so just you brought this up. I'm gonna say top villains all time in Marvel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you think are on here from these shows?
From the, I'll say
like sort of Netflix ones.
Bullseye is on the show. I'll say
okay.
Cottonmouth is probably on there. Bushmaster is probably on the list.
He's on there too.
And I know people love that Kilgrave guy, so I know he's on the list. But I think
he's the highest one besides Kingpin. The highest one.
Yeah, he's trash.
So it shows you right now how Nzo's just always wrong. You were wrong.
Not really, Tony. Tony said, "Damn, I agree." Yeah, you agree with me, Tony, right?
No, don't do it, Tony. Don't do it. Don't do it.
He said, and Collector said it stinks. We need that, Brian. What stinks, Collector? What stinks? Dude, Nzo, Nzo, you did not just say Agents of Shield were better than next versions of Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage? Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's okay. Look, don't even try to convince him of anything. You just know that he's wrong. It's okay.
100% Collector. 100% it was better. More entertaining. I'll go back and watch it over again and over again. And even the season with I think it was Galvatron was his name, or Galvatron or something like that. Yeah, that shit was fire.
Gravitron?
That shit was it wasn't Galvatron. Huh?
It's Gravitron. It's Gravitron.
Graviton. That's it. Yeah. Graviton. Yeah, he was fire. He was absolutely fire.
Can we just no? Like, no.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. Graviton was horrible.
Oh
he was in a stuffed suit.
Oh my god! It was the dude from Heroes 2. Yeah, it was fire. See. Here we go. Agents of Shield was ass. Anique Jones. There you go. That's who you guys are agreeing with. I got you.
It just was ass. We had to argue.
Not wrong. The first couple seasons were good. But...
I think the biggest mistake they made was when they killed Coulson and then brought him back.
So once you killed Coulson,
I think that was a mistake. But they did that because they didn't think they were going to have another season. That's why they killed Coulson. And
it's so funny how you're defending other things and then you condemn other stuff. I don't understand. Like it was not great, but understand why. You want to defend that, and then when it shows stuff. No, let me tell you what's going on.
I think your cat is making a sign for something right now.
Yeah, because she agrees with me. She says, "Daddy's always right." Exactly. Right, Moves? Of course.
She's like, I got to make you feel better because you're wrong.
I 100% know Nzo is wrong. Yeah, of course you would. Nzo's taste in shows is really showing. Can't take his take seriously. Wait, what are you talking about? Yes, you can. 100% you can take my... You shouldn't be talking, bro. Now, I can't remember the shit that you were saying was trash, but you shouldn't be talking. Your takes are worse than mine. Right? But Brian and Warren's takes are worse than everybody's right now because they can't even admit that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was better than Daredevil. Anything better?
No, stop. Come on, man.
Listen, it's better than LOWKEY.
I'm
All
leaving,
right,
guys.
with
I'm
Yeah.
that,
out.
I'm gonna leave.
I'm
You guys
out.
have a great night.
We'll see you guys later. That's it. Out. Can't do
I'm
this
just
anymore.
dead ass
Can't do
serious.
it. Can't
The
do it.
best episode was the Ghost Rider episode. And listen, if you know me, I ain't lying. I'm
Uh,
just saying. I'm just saying it was better.
oh my
But
god.
guys, we
That's
are
supposed to be
going
a
to
hell of a
close.
weed. That's crazy. That's some hit.
We are
You got
definitely
some
gonna
cocaine in that? Some angel dust in that, right? There's some
wait,
angel
wait,
dust
wait,
in that.
wait, 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 wait. Remember, first off, the first season of Loki wasn't Loki, it was Sylvie. All right? First season should have been called Sylvie. And that's what I'm saying. Second season, the only thing that were good in both of those seasons were Jonathan Majors. He turned off his camera. On the things Friends, the TV show was better than Living Singles. Actually, no, I don't. That I don't agree with. Oh, whatever. I can't get a boom on my face. But guys, we are going to close it up now. We got a great show. Thank you everybody for coming in. I think next week everybody else will be here.
Ooh. No one's gonna be here with his Agents of Shield poppycock.
You know what? We are going to do an Agents of Shield watch party, and I'm gonna get Brian on there.
Oh
They're
my
gonna show you,
god.
yeah, 100%.
I
But
gotta wash my hair.
I think we were supposed to do the show. No wait, I was thinking Tuesday, maybe Thursday. We'll end up changing the show to Thursday. Only did it this week because everybody had a lot of things to do during the week, so that's why. I was gonna say Tuesday. So we have one more episode of Cross. After we do the episode of Cross, then we'll move this to Tuesday because we could do the round table really quick first for an hour and then do a watch party for anybody after who wants to do for the next episode of Daredevil. So we could definitely do that as well. But that'll be after we finish talking about Paradise. I said Cross, but Paradise. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Man, you ain't gonna find me here no more because Anzo was just wrong on this malarkey. You know, I was kidding. 1/3 Spoiler Kings be live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights usually. Tonight, everyone's is exhausted, so they're taking the break. But I'm gonna be with Anzo probably Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So,
So even though he doesn't agree with me, he can't get rid of me. And
dude, like just because I like
backstage,
someone doesn't mean I have to agree with somebody.
and backstage, he's gonna tell me, yeah, you were absolutely right, Anzo. I just do it for the show.
Never.
You know what I mean? He just does it
Never.
for the show.
Never.
What happened to the marketing show today? Not even a heads up. What marketing show? You're talking about the rewind? If you're talking about the rewind, we didn't do it today because Brian had C2E2, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, just go do
I'm
your
a-
thing, brother.
I'm a giant nerd, and he deals with the fact that I'm a giant nerd the right way. Just let me in my nerddom and stuff like that. That's just what it is.
100%, 100%. And Collector said, I'll wash my hair before I wash Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, then you guys are wrong. Absolutely wrong. Warren, tell the people where they can find you, sir. Look, Warren can't even unmute his mic.
No,
Look at this.
no. You can find me nowhere but everywhere. And yeah, of course, I'll be back for to join you guys on this wonderful journey and to see how Chris and Danny sees my wonderful return in Anzo. So your savior has arrived. So it's okay.
Says screw C2E2, stick to the schedule, Brian. Yeah, 100%. That's why I tell him on time. Yeah, 100%. You're right there, Nate Jones. But you know what? I'm like, all right, do your thing. You got to do. But yeah, I
He
agree
really
with you.
needed me to go get the Mike Coulter signature, so he was really antsy for me to be able to go do that. Don't let him fool you guys. When it comes off the stream, he loves him so much. I'm telling you, you're gonna see him. He's gonna have his picture on his nightstand. I don't know what nightstand, but
Oh, trust me. Had I known that was what he was gonna get me, we would have did the rewind today, and it would have been like a 5-hour show. They'd have been doing it for 5 hours. All right, are they gone now? Okay, now you can go. But I appreciate it. It's always great. Said Brian and Anzo wanted to let you know that I will be uploading a new video tomorrow on my YouTube. Great, absolutely. Awesome. Keep doing it. Keep uploading videos whenever you can. You know what I mean? It's always great to do that. But with that being said, guys, Brian, what do you got going on? You got Expanse tonight?
Nope. Is we have to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to get to C2E2 because it's the last day. We got a lot of signatures. Andy Weir. I have at least 45 signatures of stuff that's going to be going and doing stuff. So I had a lot of videos, a lot of things to upload. So I'm gonna be focusing on that. But we'll be back Monday with all type of stuff, and next Saturday we'll be doing things too.
Absolutely. And you guys already know 2 G's has been spent this weekend on C2E2. If that. You know what I mean? Probably a little bit more than that. But yeah. He said I would have been there for all 5 hours. Absolutely, 100%. We know, Collective.
Thanks, Collective, man.
I appreciate all of you guys for coming in. Much appreciated. I will be uploading the show to my channel after I'm done here. So for those of you that watch, don't have to really watch it over again, but I will be doing that. And hopefully I'll be back streaming on Thursday next week. So 7-day suspension. So we'll be back on my channel. But right now, just make sure to look out for us because most of it will be on KF Central for at least for the next couple of days. So appreciate everybody that came in here. Peace, love, and hair grease. Warren, did you tell the people where they can find you?
Nowhere.
Warren, see, this is good.
Yeah, he said nowhere.
And he did. This is why. Nowhere. Yeah, this is why you can't have black people on your show, bro. Well, I don't know if he's black though. We don't know if he's black. I'm still
not with this happening.
Still debating with that. But guys, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.